to have you with us from Faurot Field, Memorial Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. It's the Kentucky Wildcats and the Missouri Tigers. Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with you. Weather could be a factor. For more on that, we go to Holly Rowe.
It is a beautiful day, but I can tell you it is very cold down here on the field. I see a lot of players putting their hands by the heaters. There's a lot of heaters set up here on the sideline. We'll see how that impacts the game. Keep you posted from down here on the field. Back to you.
Keep that super Doppler cranked up there, Holly. We'll look forward to it. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Kentucky Wildcats offense will have the football first. And we get a look at Kenny Menchie. He's coming off a tough day in which he threw a couple of interceptions and only one touchdown pass. To the air on first down. Trying to set up the screen. Could not make his way to the corner.
You know, as a quarterback, you believe in your matchup. And in my running back, if I can get him the ball in space, he's going to win a lot of times. He didn't that time. The defense was ready. Nice job in the open field making the nice tackle.
That's caught. It's Baxter. Show him a little juke, and he's up to the 30 before he stopped. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamics.
Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick.
Man, that's not the start they needed. You're already the underdog. You've struggled this season going against a really good team. First drive, first possession, man, what do? You turn the football over. That's probably why they have a losing record.
The Tigers offense will come out to go on the attack for the first time. This coaching staff, really this entire offense, licking their chops to try to take advantage of this matchup. Unloads it left. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
In a sudden change situation offensively, that's when you like to take shots. The defense just jogs out on the field. Let's see if we can catch him napping, take a shot. Great job in the back end covering to force the incompletion.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. Week 12, you get through this far, you just hate to see it. We'll have Holly check on this injury a bit later on. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Plucks it out of the air. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The Tigers line it up with a first and goal. Here's Hardy. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on first and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Gets it to him on the screen. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays, and the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wildcats sending their offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll start this drive with a pass. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, and really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
The defense is there, and a great job to keep him from getting to that first down marker. He's hard to get a handle on. It'll be 4th and short. They kick it away on 4th down. He'll field the punt and look for room. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Tigers sending out their offense, ready to get this drive started. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Throwing Simmons. Under fire. Got a man. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too.
It's picked off, and that's number 10. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. The give on the counter. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running a football, you still can line up, you can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Rides to the back. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could.
Makes the grab in their space. Touchdown, Kentucky! Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And they did tack on the extra point. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. Here he comes with the return. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. And after that play, there is a Tiger who has yet to get up. They'll start this drive on the ground with Hardy. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Here's a give to Hardy. Finding some room. At the end of that play, whistles blowing as they check on an injured Tiger. Week 12, you get through this far, you just hate to see it. We'll have Holly check on this injury a bit later on. After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. The offense changing the play. Here's Simmons to throw. Makes a connection. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. Missouri wants to go fast.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to throw, it's Simmons. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Got his man. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Hardy. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it with Hardy. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
And took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches, and they are doing that in this game right now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score, already down 14-7. They'll put this one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. They'll start this drive going to the air. Dumps it off in the flats. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. And is their junior quarterback down on the field, a guy they can ill afford to lose. Holly will update his condition soon. Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Caught behind the line. It's Baxter. Fights off a defender. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking.
Well, you're trailing in the game. Someone's got to make a play. There's an accurate throw by the quarterback, and when you throw it accurately like that, you give your receiver an opportunity to advance the ball. Good, strong running. He's able to break a tackle, and that's an explosive play they need now as they're trying to tie this game up.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on 3rd down. Kick is in the air. On his way back from the 20. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. This should be the last play of the quarter. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll give it to Hardy. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Simmons. Oh, he wants it all. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
They'll start on the ground with C.J. Baxter. And he runs through 1 tackle and picks up a few.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And here's a great example of living to play another day. QB in the pocket, nobody open, throw it out of bounds.
On third down, here's Baxter. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
It's going to be really interesting to watch Kentucky this year offensively, and I think running the ball is going to be critical. Will Stein now the new head coach, and he brings in C.J. Baxter at running back from Texas, David, a guy that was so highly recruited coming out of high school, had some injury issues early on during his time at Texas, but he has tremendous upside. If he can stay healthy, this running game, I think, can take off.
Take off, game-breaking. They fortified the offensive line in the transfer portal. They've got to get back to that physical ground game. And you're right about Baxter. This guy was all-world, everything recruit. Lightning in a bottle, can make those big plays. Look forward to watching this Kentucky offense hopefully get a bounce back and get some spring in their step.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
He's looking to throw on third and short. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Needing to move the chains, here comes Kentucky on fourth. Trying to do it on the ground. And he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop. And after that run, there is a player still down on the field. Austin Simmons, the play fake. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
That is a tremendous job by the defender on that play, because when the ball was thrown, his head was turned around. He was watching the receiver, quickly spun the head, turned his shoulder, located the ball, and then knocked it down.
Throwing Simmons. Right on the money. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be first down.
And I think this is going to be a focal point moving forward, man. Like, stopping the run game. Like, they continue to have success and have success now on this third down. They've got to find a way to maybe commit more bodies, be more physical at the point of attack.
Makes the grab inside the 30. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Quarterback making adjustments. Here's Simmons to throw. Finds his man. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. The Tigers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Reads it, fires complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. The give to Hardy. Nowhere to go. Same song, second verse, as this defense is ready for this guy. They'll try to run it in with Hardy. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. And here they come, going for the first down on 4th and 2. They'll go with Hardy. And he's tackled at the line of scrimmage, and the defense holds.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. And he can't get past the 2-yard line, but at least they avoided going backwards.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Keep it on the ground. Gets it out to the 16-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Handoff for Baxter. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. He wants to go deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. Now on the return. Makes a move. He's going to get loose. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Simmons. Makes the grab.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding. I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the 1st down.
Here's a give to Hardy. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Dropping back, it's Simmons. They're working that left side. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Wide receiver comes in motion. Run in the red zone, it's Hardy. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. They'll keep it on the ground to the left, stiffing the goal line. Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd and goal and a long way from the end zone. Throwing Simmons. He wants it all. Back's got it. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Here's Hardy. Touchdown, Missouri! And they take it in for 6 more points. That's his 3rd touchdown of the game and 19 on the season.
I gotta tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, week 12, almost 0 margin for error. Just the way we like it here on the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with Arizona taking on the number 13 team, the Kansas State Wildcats. And it's the Wildcats with a statement victory here in a surprising result. Going into this game, they did not look like the better team. And that now gets this group to 3 wins, which is nothing to write home about yet. But brick by brick, this staff is starting to build something. Here now, some other games you may have interest in, and social media has some sharp opinions about the state of things right now. Now back to your game at Memorial Stadium. It's hardly a secret what this team wants to do. They want to feed the beast, let him run it, and control the line of scrimmage. Ground and pound, and continue to add to this lead in the second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Kentucky teeing it up and ready to go here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. As we start the second half, Holly, what adjustments do these teams want to make?
I caught up with the Missouri head coach coming out of the locker room. He is not surprised this running back hit the Heisman pose in that mid-celly. He said he is continuing to be such a big, dominant figure on the field. He loves that he's got the confidence to strike the pose, but more importantly, have the kind of ground game that deserves all that attention. We'll see if he keeps it up here in the second half. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Give him 114 yards on the ground, and he has his eyes fixed on leading the nation in rushing.
Well, we know this guy is in contention right now for the Heisman Trophy, and this late in the year, if you're going to bring that home, you got to put up big stat games, right? Had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again today. He is turning it on late this season.
On first down, it's party again.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Quarterback now breaking the field. Inside the 30. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play.
And that is such a gut punch for this defense because you're trailing in the game. You're trying to get off the field. You think you got the quarterback in the backfield for a sack, and he's able to escape, scramble, and go pick up the first down. That is a killer if you're the defensive coordinator. You've now got to find more ways to get pressure on this guy and get him on the ground.
Here's Simmons to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Makes the grab. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Third down and short is exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw.
Makes a catch. And he will score. Touchdown, Tigers. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. And they knocked through the extra point, and they're up 28-7.
Oh, man, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was going with this football at the pre-snap. He saw the matchup he liked, and he took advantage of it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to...
Oh, a lot of space. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line. Kentucky right back to the line.
And this offense is going to need more of those, man. You've dug yourself a little bit of a hole. Defense still giving up points on the last possession, man. You got to put it in overdrive. You need more big plays, more shots down the field. You got to continue to be aggressive.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Rushes on him. Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
On 3rd down, here's Baxter. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figure. And he will go down. Couldn't get rid of it in time, and the defense gets a sack on 4th down.
Well, that play never had a chance on 4th down. They're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. Quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
Pulls it in. It's Lee. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
And on the slant route, I love the location of the throw by the quarterback. He's not making it difficult on his receiver. He's putting the football out in front, hitting his receiver right in the face mask and making it easy for him.
They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. The run inside. It's Hardy. Got enough for the 1st. Gets it all the way down to the 2-yard line. He was fighting for that end zone. Missouri comes up with a 1st and goal. Hardy again. And he charges across the line. Touchdown, Tiger!
You just simply can't say enough about this guy and what he has meant to this offense. Big-time players make big plays in big games. He has shown up each and every week. That's his 15th rushing score on the season.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Kentucky offense out onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complimentary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Baxter again. He breaks a tackle. And that stiff arm is a weapon for this runner. He uses it and picks up a 1st down. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. The play action fake. Hauls it in. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Miller. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered. An explosive play to the 40. The Wildcats look to keep this drive humming. Running right, it's Baxter. Could be an alley. Slipping, sliding, dancing his way down to the 32. Line getting set on 2nd down. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Barnes. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down.
New running back, same result. It's pretty clear what they want to do on the offensive side of the football. They want to dominate the line of scrimmage. They want to run the football, whether it's the starter or now the backup. They're going to establish.
Breaks into the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And this defense, man, they've got to find some answers. They've been less physical than the offense. They've owned the line of scrimmage. They're running the football, putting a drive together. All right, now in the red zone, field shrinking. How do they handle this situation? Bring more bodies, be more physical, be more aggressive.
Ooh, quarterback lucky that one wasn't picked. You got to be really careful down here in the red zone because these windows are small and defenders close on the ball. That one should have been an INT.
The handoff as they run the counter play here. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. On 3rd and short, trying to impose their will and move the chains. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football on this 4th down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Finds a little bit of room as he'll get 2 out to the 6. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Simmons. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Making side adjustments here. Simmons from the gun on 3rd down. He'll pull it down and run. Gets it out to the 16-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Simmons on play action. Escapes the pressure going right. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll give it to Hardy. There's some room. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. With this game well in hand, let's take a look at some of the potential Heisman candidates here as we get very late in the season. As we enter the 4th quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. They go back to work in the final period of this one. Throwing Simmons. He fires one deep over the middle. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. That touch pass went nowhere. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Lined up in the gun, here's Simmons. Under fire. Blasted as he lets it go. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, got the takeaway, and now they're in business. Wildcats come out and set and ready to go. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Finds a crease at the 20. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Now the play fake. Looking to the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! Snagged it in the end zone and put points on the board.
Yeah, nice pitch, nice catch. And listen, maybe this helps next game, right? Like, we're trying to find a rhythm, find something that works, find somebody to go to. And this offense is struggling. You're down by 1,000, but I like that they continue to fight.
And he made the extra point without problem. The deficit is huge, this one is all, but over, but they'll keep trying and line up for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
Well, they decide to go onside kick, and how about the effort by the kicking team, able to dive on that ball and keep possession?
Running inside, it's Barnes. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a fumble. So many guys with their hands wrapping around guys, the ball's bound to pop out occasionally, and you got to be in the right place at the right time.
Missouri has the offense ready to go on the field. So they get the ball back after that turnover, and that might well have been the final nail in the coffin for this one. Bringing the heat. And it's a sack.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
Got a little grass, and they'll knock him down.
And this defense has got to make a play, right? It's the 4th quarter. We're trailing. You know this offense, they're going to get conservative. They want to eat that clock. You got to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to make plays. Got to get that football back.
Pocket breaking down. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Missouri will have to send out the punt team. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped. The Wildcats come out to get things going on offense. When the defense got the stop, they could have used a few more of those earlier. Still a big deficit here late. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the...
He lobs one high down the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's pass, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Quarterback making checks. Here's Hardy to begin the drive. There he goes. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30.
And obviously, this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong.
He's going for the big play. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
And you got to wonder if this offense is trying to run the score up because they're blowing this team out. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and they're still taking shots. They're going to play until this clock reads all zeros.
Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41. Missouri has it ready to go with another first down. Maybe a crease. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. And the Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Trying play action. Oh, they're after him. He let the thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The run inside, it's Barnes. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. To the air on 2nd down.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. On target over the middle. Timeout taken by Kentucky. It's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build a little momentum, get the right play called after picking up the 1st down. The short hands, it's Ferguson. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Kentucky going quickly.
And this game is obviously out of hand. But I think the fans would argue, too, at this point, all right, well, let's not throw checkdowns, right? Let's throw some deep.
Lost one deep down the right side. Got it down the field. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. Kentucky spends its 2nd timeout here. And with the clock stopped, they can get their thoughts together to call this play after picking up the 1st. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. 2nd and goal for the offense. Looking to fire. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Wildcats. Fitted in the window for the score.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick.
Well, they got their hands team out there for a reason, and that's why in these situations you put receivers, tight ends, and dudes that can hold on to the football, knowing that, hey, all we got to do is recover this onside kick. David, we win the game.
And, man, this is such a low percentage play, right? Like, it's so hard to kick an onside and actually have it bounce correctly and go right. You're right. They put the right players on the field. They didn't get the good bounce, and this one's over.
That timeout taken by the Wildcats is their final one. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Makes the grab. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I love the QB here. He holds it, he holds it, he holds it just long enough to let the receiver run the drag route. Then he puts it out in front of him so he can catch it on the run.
Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
And when you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker. They've been so loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win column.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Right down the middle. Makes the grab. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And they got to the line expeditiously, spiked it, and stopped the clock.
No gain on the play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Here's the pressure. Took a shot as he threw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. He'll try to take it back. Touchdown, Tigers. Took it all the way back to the house. They've now extended that lead, and they're trying to hang on for a Week 12 victory. What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. The give on the option. And he's swallowed up immediately. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They get the W, and with that being win number 6, looks as if they're going bowling, guys.
And that's a good moment for this squad, right? Like, you start every season, you have big goals. It usually starts with your conference championship and winning a national championship, maybe going to the playoffs. Everybody has different goals, but getting to a bowl is always sweet, and this team's eligible now.
I know the coaches are really happy about this, the AD and the fans, because they know what it means for the program, right? You're going to get those 15 extra practices at the end of the year to help develop young talent. Looking ahead to next season, but that's next season. There's still a lot of football left to go this year. Let's just see how good of a bowl game they can get to.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.